Oh my
What
God.
happened?
We just effed up the draft is what happened.
That's
Right? Is that I mean, I'm not wrong in saying it that way. We just effed up the draft. Like that's where we're at now, guys. I'm waiting to see. Tankathon hasn't updated it yet, but I said by my calculations, we should be at pick 4 now instead of 1. That's a big difference, guys. So let's get right into it.
There's a lot of info to go over.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So let's go into the implications here in the draft because that's the biggest thing I know people want to talk about here going on. So, so the big thing was going into it. Obviously, we had the number 1 pick in this draft overall. The Raiders won today, 25-10. The Jaguars won today as well. Where'd the score go for that? I just remember that from earlier.
It was like 20-10.
Yeah. So I'm waiting. Like I said, I'm still waiting for Tankathon to finish this here. I don't know why they haven't updated. Usually pretty good at that. They usually are. But like I said, to my
teams that should have lost, the teams that we are battling with first place, they also won today as well.
Some of them. That's the problem. Just some of them did. So I'm trying to upload it now, but it's still not want to take forever. I don't know if the website's uploading, and that's why it's taking forever. But like I said, by my calculations, we should be behind the Patriots, the Titans, and the Browns at that point for pick number 4 overall. Now, keep in mind the Browns are still got to play. So they're playing the Dolphins. So we got to root hard for the Browns at that point because that puts us at pick number 3. And then you got the Patriots are going to play next week against the Bills. You got the Titans are going to play next week against the Ravens, I believe. Texans it was. So, and then the Browns, who they must be playing the Ravens. I remember somebody was playing the Ravens. Yeah, they're playing
the Browns. It's a divisional game.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, so you got a lot of hope here that you need to have for these teams to start losing for us to winning. Sorry, for us to start getting back up there in the draft.
Yeah, well, also Drew, you got to remember like half these teams don't need a quarterback. We do.
Yes, no. I wouldn't say half.
You think the Patriots? Do you think the Patriots are going to go with the quarterback?
Team I think doesn't need a quarterback right now. You think the Titans are happy with Will Levis?
I think they like the mayo and the coffee.
I'm just saying. I'm not confident in that. You think the Browns aren't looking at trying to move on from Deshaun Watson? They might have to keep him on the roster because of the contract, but Deshaun Watson has played like pure poop since he's been a Brown.
That's a very nice name. He's literally played like a Brownie.
Played like Brown. Yeah. So you have 2 quarterbacks in this draft. Not to mention the fact that, let's say hypothetically, if you're the Patriots and you got a quarterback needy team, like let's say the Raiders, like I said, they won today as well. You don't think they're going to go ahead and say, hey, we're going to move up from 8 to 1. We're going to give you our first round pick and we're going to give you a boatload of picks so we can get Shedeur Sanders. That possible is there. And that puts, so Tankathon did update it. So yeah, Patriots pick number 1, Titans pick number 2, Giants pick number 3, Browns are 4. But the Browns are only 4 because they're half a game back because they hadn't played yet today. If they win, we have a stronger strength of schedule, which puts us down to number 4. Like I said, absolutely crazy here. I never thought I'd see this happening there. I'm just, not very happy. Not very happy at all, guys.
No, I mean, at least we got to see Malik Neighbors look like a shiny new toy. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what I've been saying all along. The Giants have weapons.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like,
yeah,
we're close to being like right there. Like in this win, see how excited we are to see like what our weapons can do. Also, is going to set us back because you want to shine you a weapon at quarterback.
Yeah,
and
we're still going to get a quarterback, guys. Let me just tell you that point blank right now. I'm calling it right now. No matter what happens, we are getting a quarterback. Now, what's going to happen is, because I see people asking about if we're going to get the first pick overall still somehow, and keep the comments coming, guys. We will definitely get to all your comments here.
Yeah.
So if we are hypothetically number 4, right now. Let's say the Browns lose. Let's say the Browns lose. We're going to bat down number 4. That's the worst case scenario for us this week. You need the Browns, the Titans, and the Patriots all to win next week, which is not very likely.
No.
Not at all. So what we really need right now is for the Giants to stay at number 3 and for the Browns to win today. Then if the
Against the
Patriots
Dolphins
or the Titans happen to win next week, maybe the other teams rest some players. We get to number 2 maybe. But even at 3 is not a bad spot to be because we're guaranteed to either get Travis Hunter or one of those top 2 quarterbacks. It's still not a bad place to be. But 4, now you're talking a different ballgame.
Yep.
But I still think what's going to happen is if the Giants like one of these quarterbacks, I still think they will make the trade up to get them. It's just a matter of if they like them enough to trade up. And if they do, I'm cool with it. And if they don't, then that just tells me they weren't confident in those guys enough, which means it might be a blessing in the end that we don't get them because you don't want to get a guy just because he's there. You want to get him because he is going to be the guy for your franchise going forward.
Yeah. I mean, there's multiple ways to look at it too. Because like if you think that's your dude that's going to be your franchise like recenter, like in Eli, you're looking to draft a guy for the next 10, 15 years. So you want to be confident. Like, I'm okay with the Giants going in there and like, here's all our picks. This is our dude.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. If they're that confident, I'm okay with that. But if they're not confident and they're sitting there like, all right, we're at pick 3. We're going to miss on the top 2 quarterbacks, and we're not going to draft. We're not going to trade up for them and try everything to trade up. I'm also okay with that because that means, like you said, Drew, they're not confident in that guy to be the dude.
Now, I'll say this too: if we end up at pick number 3 and we don't trade up for one of the quarterbacks, I would trade back in a freaking heartbeat if somebody really wanted Travis Hunter.
Oh,
and I feel like there's teams that will want him. I would trade back in a heartbeat. I'm not that high on Hunter per se, and it's not he's a bad quarterback. I just, like I said, I don't think he's as great as everybody seems to think he is. We already have a top flight receiver in Neighbors. We do need a top corner, but I think his place in the NFL is going to be the wide receiver position. He'll probably be a guy that you can put out there in dime nickel coverage and stuff like that and third downs. But I really think that that's where we're looking at. Again, I think pick 3 is where we got to be. We got to be there because, like I said, if they stay put, you got the Patriots taking Travis Hunter probably first overall. They don't need a quarterback unless they trade back. And then you got the Titans will take a quarterback, and we would get whatever quarterback is left, which would probably be Cam Ward. And I'm not upset with getting Cam Ward. I don't think there's that much separation between the 2 quarterbacks, honestly. I think Shedeur Sanders has a higher floor, but he's also got a lower ceiling than Cam Ward does. I think Cam Ward definitely needs a little more time to sit and get taught some things, that's for sure. I think Shedeur is more NFL ready, but I think Cam Ward has the higher ceiling. He really does. But we'll get into the quarterbacks show later because we did have some topics to go over with you guys that we're going to go over as far as the the quarterbacks and the news about this weekend here with the bowl games and all that kind of stuff here. But guys, like I said, I think flabbergasted, disgusted, and just at a loss right now. I never thought we'd win this game.
We're at a loss by winning.
Yeah. Imagine if I had told you that the Colts are going to score 33 points and the Giants were going to win.
I would have laughed in your face.
Seriously, who wouldn't have?
We haven't put up over 30 points in all year, and we put up 45? What?
Who wouldn't?
What?
Yeah, like I said, this is just... And then, you got to look at next week, too, because next week, the Eagles have nothing to play for, guys. The only thing they might play for, if you want to see might, is Saquon Barkley to go for the NFL record for single-season rushing yards. He needs another 100 and some odd yards to do it, which is possible against this Giants defense. Let's be honest. They were horrible with him last time. Yeah, but absolutely insane, guys. I can't believe this is going on. I really can't. This is definitely
Tankathon just went to Stankathon.
Yeah. I know. And like imagine if we lose next week. So win next week. Imagine if that. Our problem is our strength of schedule is so goddamn tough that it crushes us in the tiebreakers. So like we could go, let's say if we win next week, hypothetically, we can go as far back as pick 9. That would jack us up so badly. It's not even funny. Absolutely would jack us up. And I can't. I don't want to think of that possibility right now. I can't. It's just absolutely insane. That's just woof. It's like talk about a worst case scenario.
Yeah, woof.
So yeah, you know what, guys, we're gonna wait till the comments afterwards. Let's go through the comments now because I know you guys are just raring to go. This is just like woof for all y'all right now. Before we do, guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, guys. We are on a quest here to hit to 1,000 subscribers. We need just 92 more as of right now to get there. So appreciate you guys helping that. There are 39 people watching, 40 people watching the show live right now as we speak. Most are all on YouTube. And I guarantee you some of you guys haven't hit that like and subscribe yet there. So hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, please, and help us out there. All righty. Big task at hand just gives the sigh emoji. Is that a sigh emoji? Yeah. Jay, I want Rob's salami XO. What the hell? I don't know if he's talking about lunch meat or something else there, Rob. Or if it's a he, it's just a J. Who knows? It could be a woman. I don't know. Big task at hand. My soul is crying in a little crying thing. Stephen Waterbury, we just are set. I think you mean set ourselves back a few more years. Again, I don't know about that part. It's at the set. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I just don't. I don't want to go a few more years because these quarterbacks, as much as we like them, as much as we want one, I can't sit there and say these guys are the greatest quarterback prospects ever. They're can't misses. We need a quarterback, guys. There's no doubt about that one. But to sit there and act like we just lost out on like a prospect like, an Andrew Luck kind of guy, like a can't miss, no doubt about it kind of guy. I mean, even there's not a can't miss. How are the Bears doing right now?
Well,
though Rob and I did call that one.
Yeah, let's say
we did.
Williams is definitely no luck.
We did say that. Deb says Patriots and Browns won't go QB. Patriots, I agree. I still think the Browns would. If you had the chance and you're the Browns and you know you don't have your answer on your roster right now, and you got Myles Garrett saying I might ask for a trade request, it would not shock me at all if they went ahead and drafted a quarterback. Even if you sit him for a year and let Deshaun Watson play one more year as a starter, it's not the worst thing to let a guy sit for a year or two. Look at the Packers. It works for them. Connor says, anyway, we can get number 1 pick still. I'm so mad. Twice they've done this to win meaningless games. We went over that earlier. Like I said, it's possible, but it's not likely. It's not. Jay goes, great googly moogly. I'm not sure if that's about your sausage or if that's
great googly moogly.
Edward says, excited they win. Well, I'm glad someone's excited. It's a big task at hand. I think Takeathon broke the internet, LOL. It's like Kim Kardashian's bud. Deb says, I was glad to see Neighbors and Tracy get the record. So yeah, for those who missed it in the game, they both got 1,000 yards from scrimmage. Malik Neighbors had a monster game, obviously. But we'll go over the game itself in a minute. Like I said, I wanted to go over this because this is going to be the topic at hand first. It's the draft pick that we just lost out on potentially. Jay says, can I get a Hoya?
Hoya.
Richard Law says, Giants win now, no Sanders award. Great job, you bunch of morons. Well, first off, I hope you don't mean us for goofballs. But again, it's not over with yet. The big thing is we got to lose next week. But we could, if we sit at pick 3, then we're still probably getting a quarterback. We still probably are, barring a trade.
It's amazing next week.
I'm telling you, guys.
When the Eagles want to lose and we want to lose, we sit there trying to take
the Eagles want to
time.
lose. They just don't care if they win.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we hypothetically are sitting at pick 3, though, if we're at 3 and you got the Titans in front of us there, you got to wonder if a team like the Browns, the Raiders are going to try to leapfrog us and make a trade with the Patriots. The Patriots are sitting goddamn pretty in this scenario. Like I said, think about it. If you're a team that needs a quarterback, we're going to use the Raiders because the Raiders are a perfect example. If you need a quarterback next year and you're sitting there pick 8, like I think I said they're 8 right now, you know you're not going to get a quarterback. You know it. You know that you're not getting that quarterback, and you know that the Giants and the Titans are probably taking a quarterback at 2 and 3. Like I said, it could get muddied up even worse if the Browns win. I said the Browns lose, which I think they're going to be very frank with you guys. I know I picked them to beat the try to lose to the Dolphins. I can't remember your pick in that game.
I picked Dolphins to win.
Yeah, so I mean that muddies the water even worse because we're at pick 4 then. But I think the Patriots phone calls are going to start ringing off the hook like crazy the second this season ends, point blank, because you're not going to wait. You don't want to do it now, and then God forbid you trade it for the first overall pick, and they hypothetically win next week somehow, and then all of a sudden your trade looks horrendous. But yeah, it's absolutely it's absolutely crazy there. Connor says it's not worth moving up to get number 1. It depends on what you have to give up. It really does. Like, let's say, for example, if you're the Patriots and you're and it stays like it is now, where it goes Patriots, Titans, Giants, and you trade with the Giants, hypothetically, we get the first overall pick back. You're still getting Travis Hunter. Giants are getting the quarterback they want. Titans still get a quarterback as well. So you're still getting Travis Hunter, and now you get all these extra picks. What sucks is the Giants are going to have to give up extra picks now if they really want to get Shedeur Sanders. And I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it or not. But if they do it, it better be worth it.
Yeah.
I would have had no problem with them picking either quarterback at number 1. Trading up, it depends on what you're trading up to get it there. So Connor says, I say we trade our pick at quarterback later, fix O-line, get defensive end and secondary now. Yeah, that might be the best bet depending on what we can get. Deb says it's a possibility the Giants win next week because the Eagles will be resting up. Exactly. Jay says it's so tight. What's going on? Do you know who this Jay person is? I feel like there's like
so tight.
I feel like there's somebody you know in this comments here. Steven says be careful what you ask for. Connor says should have just let Saquon keep playing for 50 more yards because it's not a guarantee that he gets over 100 yards on us because we show up to stop records. As much as I was mad about Saquon, I'm happy he got that 2,000 yards. Yeah, like I said, I ain't gonna hate on that. I'm just gonna say if he breaks the record next week, it's not legit because he had an extra game to do it. But it's a legit thing getting 2,000 yards in 16 games. That's legit. That's great all time. Dakota LOL laughs at us. Not cool, Dakota.
Yeah.
Deb says also if Titans want Sanders and we're good with Ward, then we stay put at 3. Again, depends on the trade. It all depends on what the Patriots do. And if I'm the Patriots, I'm going to call them up like crazy the second the season's up, saying, "Oh, so and so wants to trade up. So and so wants to trade up. What are you willing to give up to trade up?"
100%, especially after last year.
Yeah, and if I'm them, I'm not making a trade quickly. I'm going to keep on getting as much as I can. I'm going to keep on working those phones nonstop until I get the best.
You're going to juice it.
I'm going to juice it for every single thing at that point there. Connor says, I'm stuck at who to get for quarterback constantly. It'd be funny if the Vikings let Sam Darnold go and we get him. The Jets are right next door and we win with him. LOL. I don't think Sam Darnold's going anywhere personally. I think they're going to tag him. That's what I think.
It's definitely probably the right move for them. Just that's quarterback. He's playing well.
But it's also JJ McCarthy had 2 surgeries on that. It was definitely a rougher injury recovery than people expected. So I'm not stuck that he's going to be available to be in the season. Plus, you want to give up a guy that succeeds in the system to get a guy that may or may not. You don't know. I would until JJ McCarthy proves he's as good as Darnold, I wouldn't let Darnold go.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. Dakota says, sit behind who, LOL? Kirk Cousins? I mean, why not? Let's be very frank. As bad as Kirk Cousins has been towards the end of the year, he got obviously benched for Michael Penix. Can you honestly tell me that Kirk Cousins is not better than any of the quarterbacks we've had this year?
You can't. With a straight face, you can't.
You can't. That's the benefit. The bar has been set so goddamn low. We got nowhere to go but up. You know, like
up.
That's where we're at. We're going Jefferson's on me here.
A little bit.
We did not get a piece of the pie, just for the record. Backs to talk says, I'm fine with it, especially if this is the last win of the season. Yeah, we'll have to find out next week if it is. Stephen Waterbury, keep in mind, Eagles will lay down like dogs against us. I know. Gerald Barnes, Shedeur looked bad in that BYU game. BYU has a pro-style defense, and he looked terrible. We had the number 1 overall pick in hands, and we win. But I think we'll end up with 3 or 4. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's what we'll probably end up to, barring us beating the Eagles too. I'm going to be so goddamn pissed if we beat the Eagles and the freaking Colts to end the season. Absolutely insane. Deb says, I'm seriously torn. Why wouldn't I be happy that these players have not given up? Players don't listen to fans and also don't get to the NFL without a competitive spirit. I'm with you. Like I said, I hate that I'm so pissed off we lost. If I'm being frank about it, I don't like the fact that I'm pissed off we lost. But you know, we saw a lot of good things here too. Like I said, we'll get to the game itself in a minute here. I just wanted to give you guys a chance to vent because I know you all are kind of a flurry of emotions like we are here with this game going on right now. Because it's absolutely insane, you know, to see us.
When was the last time we put up 3 touchdowns in the first half? Like, what?
Dude, we were saying it on the play-by-play. It's like the Giants had a chance to get 50 points if they had scored a touchdown that last drive instead of the field goal and gone for 2. They wouldn't have done it because they're not going to run up the score like that and be classless like that. But absolutely insane. We came close to scoring 50 points in a game. We hadn't scored 30 points in a game.
I was going to say, we haven't. When was the last time we scored in the 40s?
I think we just
years.
I think we just doubled our scoring for the year.
Probably. That's
where it feels like. That's where it feels like here. I mean, what was our highest? I'm trying to think. What was our highest? Probably was the Seattle game. Was probably our highest.
Yeah, that was
output. What? That was 29.
27. All right,
29 points. We had 29 points to get them. 21 against the Browns. And I'm trying to think. 22 against the Commanders. 20 against the Cowboys. Yeah. That's so we only hit a handful of times 20 points, let alone 40. Absolutely insanity. Dakota says Jimmy Carter has died. I did just see that as well.
Yep.
100 years old. So yeah, I mean, he's been on hospice care for like a year and all. So, you know, I just hope if there's any kind of pain that's over. Listen, regardless of party lines, whatever, like we don't get into politics in the show, point blank. You know, always feel bad when he passes away. Feel bad for the friends
and your family.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It's not about politics, just about being a person at that point. Connor says, at least Saquon will. Did you mean to misspell that way? That kind of came out weird. Saquon will get the record in our stadium, so it's kind of like he did it for us, if that makes any sense at all. No, it doesn't make any sense at all. He didn't do it for us. He did it for the damn Eagles.
And you spelled his name wrong, damn it.
But somehow it came out right. Connor says, so which one of you or both of you jinxed us out of this number 1 pick, talking about us maybe losing to the Colts? We both did. We both expected it. Definitely did. Connor Greer says, I am personally stoked we won. Listen, I don't begrudge anybody who's happy we won. I really don't. I wish I could be. I really do, because I hate, you know, we talked about it against even last year with the DeVito games and stuff like that. We were still happy we won. Who cares about the pick at that point? We won. I don't have that feeling this year because we were so close to the first overall pick. You know, I just don't know where we go from here. And it also makes the coaching and GM job less attractive. That's part of the equation too, because I don't want Dable and Shane. It also makes the Giants more likely to say, oh yeah, look, we won a couple games down the stretch. We should keep Dable and Shane. Not good, guys.
No.
Connor says, I think they should fire Dable and Shane. Ironically enough, he just says that. I think they should fire Dable and Shane right now because they didn't make sure our guys lost this game. That's not how it works, Connor. That's not how this works. Not how any of this works. Oh my gosh. Marshmallow. I'm taking off a few years. Nothing to look forward to. We'll see on that. I'm not giving up
Yeah.
there. I'm not
I'm
giving
not giving up either.
Dakota says, LOL, too much to move up. It depends on what we have to move up. Let's say if we have to give up next year's first round pick, hypothetically, to move up. And that's it. Because the Patriots still get Travis Hunter. I would have no problem with that if the Giants are that confident in the quarterback they're selecting.
Yes.
I have no problem with that. Now, if you're telling me I'm giving up 2 first-round picks in a second, no, stop. Now you're just being insane. So, I will say this, though. We will do a mock draft tomorrow show with our new draft positioning, whether it be 3 or 4, to let you guys know where we're at. But, yeah, it's like I said, it depends on what we're giving up if it's too much. Dakota says, Trevor Hunter isn't what anybody thinks he is. He's an average wide receiver CB year. Awesome athlete, but WTF. I'm with you on that. I don't think he's as good as people think. I think people are just intrigued by the two-sided part of him playing wide receiver, playing corner. I think he needs to excel at one of them. I think his best shot is wide receiver. I just don't know if that's what's going to happen. I don't have all the faith in him. Let's see. Connor says, what do you think of Ewers, Beck, Daniels? Yeah, not really fans of those ones. I think if we're looking at anybody as far as the second tier, I was a pretty big fan of the way that the Oregon kid there, Gabriel, was, because he's proven he can win, I feel like, in the right system, but he's definitely in the right system kind of category. Like, you got to put him in where he can succeed. He's a little shorter too, so you got to have a good pocket for him. Obviously, that's been an issue for us. But I want to look at Dart a little more. We'll probably do a couple more of the quarterbacks as well to talk about. So Dart's going to definitely be one of them. So we got some more research to do on quarterbacks. That's for sure. Now I kind of stopped doing it because we're like, okay, we're going to get one of these two.
Yeah, right.
Focus on those two. Stephen Bloom says, set this franchise back into the decade. Let's not go that far. Guys, we have no clue what Sanders and Ward are going to be. Do I want them? No. I'm not trying to make revisionist history. I wanted these guys to be one of them to be a Giant, and I still do. But I'm not going to sit there and say setting us back for a decade. That's honest. I get where the emotion's coming from in this, but that's the emotions talking.
Yeah,
that's
it could be a Jamarcus Russell scenario.
You never know. Or it could be
big hype.
Or it could just be that those guys are average quarterbacks in this league, and that's not good enough to win with.
Yeah.
We don't. Again, we're the Giants, guys. We don't want to just look average. We want to win rings. That's our goal. Art 730 says, even when we win, we lose. Shake my effing head. Gerald Barnes at Dakota. What player do you know that was above average on both sides of the ball in the same season? But above average, that's the problem. Above average is not necessarily good enough for a top 3 pick. And again, I'm not knocking him fully. I haven't done all the tape and stuff. We haven't done the draft profile on him yet. But from what I've seen so far, that's my impression. Brandon plays tank for Arch Manning in 2026.
Start taking now.
We'll see. It's definitely a possibility, but I don't think it's what I would want necessarily. I'm hoping that we're good enough next year that we don't have the ability to get Arch Manning personally. I'm tired of losing. Don't want to keep losing.
Yeah.
Brandon plays, sign Drew Lock as bridge and racks up picks for next year. He says 45 points amazes me. Yeah, 45 points is crazy. Connor says, hate to say this about Saquon because I want him to get the record, and it irks me to say this, but O.J. Simpson got 2,000 yards with 12 or 14 games back then, and Earl Campbell too. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely killer.
Pun intended.
Oh, yes. I mean, Saquon getting the extra games than OJ got is like stabbing him in the back. That's what it is.
Or in front.
It's definitely a stabbing of some kind, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
run away with a white Bronco.
Art 730 says draft Dylan Gabriel in a latter round. Like I said, I think that's who my pick is personally. for if we want a late round, mid round kind of guy to give him a shot. But like I said, we still got to look at Dart. I'm sure there's a couple other guys we're going to look at as well. But we've already kind of been hearing who isn't coming out. The kid from Penn State, a lot of guys like he's coming back to Penn State for the year. So, we'll see what happens. But definitely not first round, Gabriel, that's for sure. He's more like a third round pick, I think, at that point. But we'll see what happens. DJ Scuba 12, what's a Brown win do for the Giants? Anything? Yes, it keeps us at pick 3. If the Browns lose, we're down to pick 4. Yeah, not good.
Yep.
Let's see. Gerald Barnes says we didn't score 40 since 2019, bro. It's been a while. This is definitely the biggest offensive outing I've seen in a long time. Juanita Rosada, watch Philadelphia. Let us win on purpose. I would. Like I said, I don't think they're going to let us win on purpose. I just think they don't care.
That's there's a difference.
They just don't care. Christian, also Captain Zero. This team is so bad they're not even bad at being bad. Yeah, that's
it's the Mason statement.
It's truth though. It is the truth. Connor, I would get Travis Hunter right now, no matter what. He's got the more legitimate skills that we need. Defense plus wide receiver. And then he says, oops, I meant Gabriel, not Daniels. Connor says, Waterboy, we suck again. That reminds me, don't smoke crack. Lawrence Taylor, one of his best lines ever in a movie. Spectacular actor. You may remember him such things such as WrestleMania with Bam Bam Bigelow.
I met Bam Bam. Did I ever tell you that?
Oh, he was born and raised in Asbury Park, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
He
and
also
his
went to our high
kids
school.
went to Neptune.
Okay.
Neptune.
He also went to our high school.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that part.
Well, no, not at high school. So our high school went to Rob and I both grew up in Hazlitt, so we're in high school. They had a wrestling event there, and Bam Bam Bigelow was supposed to be the star of it. So, and it was a one of those fundraisers for the class as they turned into the class trip and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we from what I heard, he didn't go on. From what I heard, he was not able to go on due to issues, things he put in his body. I'll put it that way. But he died not too much longer afterwards. Remember right?
No, yeah, he OD'd, didn't he?
Yeah, I want to say that. So that's what I'm saying. I want to make light of it, but yeah, he went into our high school, just didn't get the wrestling there. NYG, NYY, what will they do about a quarterback? They'll figure it out. Listen, it's not like Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders were the only options at quarterback, guys. And it's not like we've lost out on Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. Like, people are acting like this is it. We're done. We can't get a quarterback next year. We don't know that yet. We got to find out. There's a lot of time left before this whole thing is done. You got another 5 months before you got to worry too much. Demon time. These decisions can make or break us. That's the truth right there. 100% truth at all there. Brandon plays. I think the Eagles do care. Do you think they want us getting a good quarterback? Here's the thing. The Eagles, this is reverse what we just talked about a minute ago. The Eagles front office cares. The Eagles ownership cares. If you're a backup player on the Eagles, do you think you're going out there saying, let's just let the Giants win this one? They need a quarterback, and we want to stop them from getting a quarterback. No.
Yeah, they're playing for a contract somewhere else.
Damn straight they are. Damn straight they are. So you don't think the Giants ownership was secretly going, don't win this game. Don't win this game. We need a quarterback. I guarantee you, John Mayer doesn't want to say it, but I guarantee you, you know what? He might not want to lose this game because the whole record going 0-9 home, but still, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter what ownership and fan base and all that kind of stuff wants. It's a matter of what the players want. Demon time, Ward Sanders, or don't get a quarterback at all. Josh Grav, Collectibles, what are you talking about 5 months before we have to worry? This is the Giants. I've stopped worrying for the past 10 years straight. Everything right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think today is a classic example of they can't do anything right. I think that's a very safe statement to say at this point there.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.